Good afternoon, Bluebirds. I'm Evan with your announcements. Happy birthday to Miss Heather, Ralphs, and Dash Mackey. There will be a prison meeting this Friday, January 26th, after school in Miss Houston's room 207. In addition, the chess club will be meeting this Friday as well in room 102, which is Miss Cochran's room. Students, the Winter Reading Challenge begins next Monday, January 29th. Start selecting your books now. Here are some of my musings in regard to the Winter Reading Challenge. Last fall, Mr. Augustine's homeroom dominated the canned food drive. But can he motivate his class to read as well as he did to get them to bring in cans? Are they up for a challenge? Is he? Augustine really can't forget the sweet Miss Fry, who's quite formidable and won 8th grade last year. Let's turn to 6th grade. Miss Workman, who was a 6th grade teacher last year, narrowly beat Miss Hinkle's homeroom. Who will dominate the 6th grade this year? Will it be Miss Hinkle? What about Miss Ewald? She's really competitive. Yet, there could be an outlier in 6th grade floor. Lenz, Cam Schmidt, D'Ambrosio, Brewer, Rafferty, and Reckers could all step up for the game this year and mix up the results on the 6th grade floor. Now, looking at 7th grade, Miss Workman's new home. Will she dominate? Can she work her magic in 7th grade? I feel that Mr. Alessandro and Mrs. Anderson are competitive too. The challenge will heat up as students and teachers begin reading. Looking ahead to next week, the tennis team will be having an informational meeting on next Wednesday, January 31st, for any 7th or 8th grader in Highlands Middle School Library. All players and parents are encouraged to attend. The boys' meeting will be at 6:30 p.m. and the girls' meeting will be at 7:30. Drama Club's second session is happening Tuesday, February 6th to March 27th, 3 to 4 p.m. This session will be doing a one-act play called Hoodie by Lindsay Price. There are many parts available and the auditions will consist of reading from a script at our first meeting, February 6th. Priority will be given to 8th grade and those who have not yet participated in the club. However, there will likely be space available for those who are in fall session, as well as some tech roles. Please contact Ms. Valentine or Ms. Camschmidt with questions. We are well into the winter season. We have seen ice, sleet, and snow so far this season. Have you wondered how this winter weather begins?
With winter just beginning, many of us are wondering if snow will be arriving at Highlands Middle School. But have you ever stopped to wonder how exactly snow is formed? Snowflakes are made up of tiny ice crystals, as many as 200 or more. In clouds that have temperatures below freezing, ice crystals form around specks of dirt that have been blown into the atmosphere by wind. As the snowflake grows, it becomes heavier, eventually falling back down to earth. No snowflake is alike. They take many different shapes and are beautiful, but sometimes calm and gentle snow can turn into a raging blizzard. In weather terms, blizzards are created by masses of air called fronts. Fronts are two different masses of air that have different densities. A front is formed when warm air and cold air are brought together and then precipitation occurs. The types of fronts that are needed to create a blizzard include warm air that must rise over cold air. One way this can happen is when winds pull cold air towards the equator from the poles and bring warm air towards the poles from the equator. Then they meet and create a blizzard. One of the most memorable blizzards we have had is the blizzard of 1977. The blizzard in 1977 was big enough to completely freeze the Ohio River so that you can walk across. But based on previous year's snowfall, it does not appear that we will have a blizzard this year, sadly.
Next time you hear the word snow or freezing rain, you'll know a little bit more. For lunch today, we'll be having Chicago-style hot dog with your choice of relish, jalapenos, pepper, and onions for your toppings, corn chips, and vegetable blend. The alternate is pulled pork barbecue sandwich. For lunch tomorrow, we'll be having grilled chicken fettuccine alfredo with breadsticks and steamed broccoli. The alternate is ravioli. Remember, if you don't like those choices, you can always fix yourself a salad and there's always fresh and assorted fruit. Don't forget to go see the rest of Peter Pan. Have a great rest of the day, Bluebirds.